folks, and welcome to their Saturday morning Samoflange. It's my birthday. It's the birthday podcast. As of this release, it is my birthday on this day, the 31st day of May, on this year, in the year of our Lord, 2025. And I thought, wow, birthday podcast. Well, obviously, top 5 favorite birthdays. And then I realized I really can't name 5. I don't have many good birthdays. My birthdays suck. And they have for the past, 8 years? Birthdays are a day where we do nothing. Well, we don't even say happy birthday anymore to Dad. My wife usually tends to forget it's my birthday. And then always, and I'm serious, for the past 8 years, I got your present. It's coming. It's in the mail. My present has been in the mail for the past 8 years and counting. I don't think the past maybe year or two, she hadn't even bothered with that lie. But usually it was always, yeah, I got a present for you, it's in the mail. And then never got me anything. So, yeah, and the only present I get usually is from my mom. She buys, and I expect it today of this podcast. She's going to come by, give me a box of Twinkies. I will eat one and then give the rest to my children. I'm good with, I used to like them, but now I can have one and I'm good for the rest of the year. And I hand them off to my kids who devour them. And then she gives me a pair of crazy socks. Crazy socks. I don't know why that's the tradition, but it is. That's what she's always done. For as long as I remember, on top of other presents back in the day, but then it just went down to the crazy socks. So there must be some deal on socks I'm missing out on every year because she's always giving me crazy socks. But that's the only kind of gift I get. Now, my good friend Michael, who does listen to the podcast, he sent me a whole box of Zero bars, my favorite candy bar. I was so happy for that. So thank you, Michael. I don't want to call anyone a liar. Michael's like, hey, I gave you ungrateful jerk. I gave you a birthday present last year. You did. Thank you so much, sir. It's not like I'm a hard person to shop for either. At least I don't think I am. But yeah, the birthdays have consistently, and to be honest, the missus, it's funny because I always know what to get the missus for her birthday and Christmas. She didn't have to give me a list. I already know. It's so easy. Easy. I'm not that hard either. I have specifically asked for things and purposely. One time she asked for a list. I gave her a list. I didn't get anything on the list. I went, what was the purpose of me giving you a list? She went, well, I wanted you to be surprised. Meaning she'd forgotten about the list and just went ahead and got me whatever. I can't recall some of my worst birthday quote unquote gifts were from her. One time she gave me the ugliest polo shirts ever. I mean, they were just so ugly. And they were so ugly, I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being punked. And I was like, ah, ha, ha. Very funny. Okay, what's the real present? Yep. The real present was, I guess, me sleeping on the couch for that comment. But they were the ugliest polos ever. I got rid of them. I was not going to wear them. Another year, she got me and get a fruit basket, but it's cut up like a bunch of flowers. I don't hate fruit, but why would I want this? And she spent like $40 for it. And the thing is, there's 3 things on this world I do not eat. And that's cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon. I don't like the melons, never have. And yet, guess what? You're right, 90% of that bouquet made up of cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon. There are strawberries on the top, like to the center of this rose petal were strawberries. That was the only thing I could eat. The rest of it was garbage. And the thing is, the strawberries tasted like melon because they had been mixed in with the other melons, and I didn't like those either. So I just brought it home and gave it to my wife. And I said, well, what was the thought process behind this? Like, I'm thinking, when did I ever? She went, oh, I just saw this. Someone was selling this. I went, oh, that'd be a good present for your grandmother who likes honeydew, cantaloupe, and watermelon, maybe. What? So she's the absolute worst, which is why I don't get Christmas presents either from her. But the thing is, though, I give a list every year. I gave a Christmas list to my sister, and I gave one to her. And I need to stop asking. I will never ask for this again. But I like my plaid shirts in the winter, and the old red plaid with the black stripes through it. That's classic. but I have 6 of those now because every time I ask for plaid, they give me red. And even the past 3 years, I have said anything but red, any color but red. No red. Any other, they still get me a red every time. Red mixed with orange, red mixed with green, red mixed with brown. Excuse me, but they're all red. I want different colors. So, and the 3 I was always asking for, and you can find these online. I guess you just can't go to, they want to go to a physical store. I guess we still shop at JCPenney at my house. And everyone I know does not know what online shopping is. But I said a yellow plaid, a purple plaid, or a white plaid, because those are colors I don't have. I have blue, I have green, and I definitely have a whole mess of red. But I thought something different would look nice, I have 2 blue, 2 green, and like 6 red. So I didn't want any blue or red. Well, my sister, and when I gave her those colors, she went, "Is there any other color?" And I was like, and I didn't want green again. I said, "I guess blue." And I got a blue. A blue is what she got me. But she did not want to go, because I guess you have to go into the store to find, if you can't physically find one, it's cheating, I guess. When you're doing a scavenger hunt around town to find a specific color. Just go online. I don't know why no one can go online. Either way, though, oh well. It is what it is. And I usually just don't ask for anything now. This is ridiculous. But yeah, the missus doesn't, there's no even celebration. There's no going out to eat. The last time I went out to eat for my birthday was on my 40th. And that was a good one because no one said happy birthday to me the entire day until the end of the day. No, my wife even forgot. My mom and dad left to go see my brother. He's a professional opera singer. Yes, I'm serious. He's a professional opera singer, and he was singing in Dallas. So they were going to go down there for the weekend and watch him. I didn't even get a text. Now the thing is, Mom just forgot. Dad forgot too, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. But it was my 40th, so I thought, oh, big deal. No one did anything. This is the first year I stopped getting presents too, by the way. And so I decided back then, I was still doing this podcast actually, with Mikey and CJ. And so I asked the original co-host of Saturday Morning Samoflange if they'd go out to eat with me. And they did. And my wife was super happy. She didn't know what the occasion was. She just wanted to go out to eat. That's all she cared about, was that we were going out to eat. So we went out to eat. And then later on, we were talking about how good that was. And I think it was Mikey or CJ. Mikey said, "What made you pick this place?" I went, "Oh, they don't embarrass people on their birthdays." And that's when they went, "Wait, is it your birthday?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, I didn't want to make a big deal of it, but thanks for coming up. And they're like, "Oh, well, man, we would have got you something." I was like, "No, I didn't want anything, just to do something since no one had anything planned." And then that's when my wife goes, I didn't forget." I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You never said anything to me the whole day." And then she goes, "Yeah, but I got your present. It's just in the mail." And again, that's the same present that's been in the mail for 8 years now. So I've given up on it coming. But ever since then, it's been presentless for the most part. And again, it doesn't matter about presents because your birthday is probably bigger when it's a bigger deal. I do always make sure I get a Dairy Queen peanut butter parfait, because that's what I used to get for my birthday. I remember as a kid, Mom would take me to Dairy Queen, get me a peanut butter parfait. So I still do that. Usually by myself now. It's totally fine. I just want a peanut butter parfait, and I get one, and that's it. Now, a long time ago, it used to be a foot-long chili cheese coney at Sonic, and then peanut butter parfait, but I don't do the foot-long chili cheese coney anymore, even though maybe this year, I should. I don't have anything against the chili cheese coney at Sonic, but, that used to be my birthday meal, my going out to eat birthday meal. Let me see. There's been some people in the past have tried to do surprise birthday parties. I remember my wife tried to do one which blew up in her face. I think she knows this now, but it blew up because my nephews found out. And when I was talking to my nephews that day, I said, "What are y'all doing tonight?" Because I thought about having them over because I didn't have anything planned. They said, "We're going to your surprise birthday party." That's what they told me. They didn't even realize what they just said. And I was like, So found out about that. And then the other one, for some reason, this is I think this was in college. Yeah, I was in college back then. They kidnapped me, handcuffed me, stuck me in my car, and drove me around town. Blindfolded me too, but I got out of the handcuffs and tore off the blindfold and threatened to, we were at a part, so I got out of the car, ran out of the car. And they begged me to get back in. They apologized, and then they took me back home, and that's where they had the birthday party. Wait a minute. They just put up some decorations. What was the surprise? They handcuffed me, blindfolded me, they were going to drive me around town until they were done putting up all the birthday stuff at the apartment. It wasn't even, extra people weren't even there. This is the same roommates. The same people that were hanging out with me that night. I didn't understand. That was a weird they were trying to surprise me, but of what? You didn't want to put up the happy birthday sign? I still don't understand why they did that. But anyway, weird stuff back in the day. I remember one time the birthday landed on Memorial Day, which was a lot of fun. I threw a big pool party at my apartment. Didn't tell anyone it was my birthday. My roommate did discover it was my birthday because he kind of put two and two together. It's like, wait a minute, because he thought it was May 30th, and they said it's 31st. He went, well, that's his birthday. And everyone at the end was singing happy birthday to me, which is fine, but I like it when people are having fun. That's all right. Doesn't have to be about me. Another one, I remember very rarely, usually Labor Day is my all-day board game day. Memorial, and who knows, maybe today, that's what I'm doing. But I used to do board game. I had a board game day on my birthday once. Really fun. I want to do that every year, but, it's around when it hits on Memorial Day. But, the missus doesn't like that. So, because it's not my day, it's her day still. I remember being a kid, and there were two pizza places in our small town in Mississippi. It was Pizza Hut and Pizza Inn. And I thought those were the two greatest pizza places in the nation. I thought that every town had a Pizza Hut and Pizza Inn, and they were battling out for your dollar. And for me, no doubt, I knew the winner was always going to be Pizza Inn. Yeah, I blew that call, right? So I got Pizza Inn. Pizza Inn had a thinner crust. It wasn't as puffy as the is that the word, puffy, thick? I don't know. It was a thinner crust than Pizza Hut. And plus, Pizza Inn did this giant pizza that almost took up the whole table. Now, I was a kid back then, so that thing looked huge to me, so it probably wasn't as big, but I'm sure it was above average. Because it was a party pizza, and the party pizza could feed several kids. And so I just thought at Pizza Hut, you just had several different pizzas delivered to you. But at Pizza Inn, it was a party pizza. And I was like, ooh, that's where the party is, at Pizza Inn. And so I would go there all the time. I'd ask to go there. For birthday dinners, when we moved here to Louisiana, always Western Sizzler. The Sizzler, man, for birthday all through high school, 14 through 17. Because I had moved. Oh, that's the other thing. We had moved here in between my birthday. And so my birthday was celebrated by my grandparents. While my parents moved here to kind of unpack everything and take a few weeks off, my birthday got skipped completely. Now, my grandmother bought me some new clothes. I remember exactly what the clothes were, actually. I thought they were the coolest clothes ever. It was the white stonewashed jeans and this cool button-up shirt, short-sleeve button-up short that was white with like gray kind of flashy. It was almost silver, but it was gray, but it was a shiny gray. Maybe that is silver. But it had these, shiny gray vertical stripes on it, just thin vertical stripes, and it had like little silver buttons, just the regular button-up shirt. And I thought that was the coolest shirt. These were the coolest pants. I rarely wore them because I wanted to wear those on special occasions. And of course, just like in Home Alone 2, I grew out of those jeans very quickly and hardly got to wear them at all. I was so upset. What was I thinking? But I wanted to save them for special occasions because that was just the coolest. Those white stonewashed jeans were just so cool. But then 14 through 17, I spent at Weston Sizzler. and would get the steak or the buffet. I never could make up my mind, probably the steak. And then in college, I mean, great up until then, the ones I can remember. I also, because the pizza party usually was on the weekend, right? It wasn't usually on your birthday. So on my birthday day, Mom would take me out to eat, and I'd go, because it was summer already, and I'd go to Sonic, get my chili cheese coney with mustard and onions, and which they used to automatically put it on there back in the day. Now you got to ask for it. And then over to Dairy Queen for some peanut butter parfait, and then stop that tradition when I turned 13 and didn't have anything. And then 14 through 17 was a Sizzler. And then after that, during my college days, I did different things, went different places. I remember there was one year, and I cannot remember what year this was, but my cousin was my roommate, and he had forgotten about his birthday, and so we went out to Outback for his birthday, but that's usually where I go for my birthday. So when my birthday came around, I was going to Outback a little bit in college, I believe, because I think it was kind of new around here. Either way, I had to go somewhere else. My cousin, if I recall, picked out a Chinese food place. It was called Hong Kong Super Buffet. And I was like, oh, dude, I don't know about this place. But we went, and it was okay. It was big. I remember it's huge. It's gone now. It disappeared immediately, probably after it came up. But my cousin had me laughing the whole way, calling it Hong Kong Super Buffet. And just he would just say that to the workers as he'd go by. A little cultural insensitivity here. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s. But I just remember he had me laughing the whole time, just being a moron. But I probably did little things. I probably threw my own birthday party. See, the thing is, I don't remember. And after a while, because I think my parents, shortly after college, like, we're not going to get you a present for your birthday every year, dude. This is too much. And I don't require it either. Now, if anyone were to ask, Matt, do you have a birthday like my wife used to? Sure. But again, these days, what do I want? Not much. Obviously sweets, right? Zeros and Twinkies, I guess. And then the things that I want are online anyway. Like, you can't go to the store to get it. But it seems like no one in my family, immediate family and outliner family, has ever heard about Amazon or eBay. There's a list. You want to get me something. But again, it's kind of and here's the thing. I actually do give my brother underneath me I've traditionally gave him a present every year, and it's about, I got one more year left. I accidentally bought a case of liquor. It was supposed to be one bottle, and through some mix-up, they gave me a whole case for the price of one bottle, which I knew was a mistake. But and the funny thing was, I don't drink. So I actually give a big, huge bottle of liquor to my brother for the past 6 years now. This will be the last year because it's a pack of 6. So this one's been slightly tested, but still quite full, and he will down it in no time. So I still get him one. My other brothers don't live around here except for my youngest brother, and I do not get him anything. So to be fair, no one has to get me anything from our birthday, And, of course, no one wants to invite you out to eat because they don't know if you have plans with your family. But the answer is always no. No. And by the way, I remember one year, I can't remember, it was either last year. No, this is my wife. No, this was last year maybe, or 2 years ago. My wife goes, hey, do you want to go out to eat? I said, please no. Please no. Not with all the kids. She was like, yeah, we bring all the kids. No, that's a nightmare. I don't want to do that. I don't want 4 kids, 5 and under. Well, now they're 6, but six. 2 of them 6, 2 of them 3. You're constantly telling them, stop crying, stop touching your sister, stop bothering, eat your food, do not throw your food. You just dropped the entire enchilada on the floor. What are you doing? I mean, it's constant. It is constant. It is just a absolute. That's why McDonald's, I'll go to McDonald's every time. I know I complain about McDonald's, but I'll go. Because at least they can eat their crap. It's like a trowel. You just pour it in the trowel, eat what they want, and then they just go off to play. And they just leave. And the place is supposed to be a mess, so I'm not embarrassed. because the person next to me, their kids are just as bad. Everyone's screaming, everyone's fighting, but you know what? It's McDonald's. they, they don't have any respect, so that's okay. It's okay. It's not like anyone's going to get their feelings hurt, right? But at a sit-down restaurant, no, that would be a nightmare. Now, there are restaurants I haven't been to in a while that I'd like to go, but the missus isn't really a fan. And I have thought in the past, maybe I should just ask a few people ahead of time, hey, what are you doing? But the thing is, though, I don't want people to feel like, oh, I gotta bring something since I'm going to his birthday party. I really don't. Because a lot of times when people give you something, it's usually stuff that you're not going to want, right? Or not need. You know? Oh, Garfield calendar. Thanks. What? Why do I like Garfield? Why do I need a desk calendar? Is this a leftover Christmas present you got last year? Probably. I don't know. Anyway, it just feels like you're kind of putting pressure on people. But either way, and I mean, and then all the free stuff you can get for your birthday. I'm sure there's a bunch of free stuff that I should be looking into every birthday. I mean, whatever I have apps on my phone, of course they're going to shove some free whatever. And I can't eat my free taco at Taco Bell, my free chicken sandwich at Popeyes, and my free Chick-fil-A fries, or whatever the heck they're giving me. I mean, that's one whole day of just driving from different fast food restaurants. Although I am with Arby's now. I wonder what they'll give me. Either way, though, I'm not going to do hodgepodge, whatever. So to be fair, it doesn't, that really doesn't appeal to me either. So what do you do for your birthday now? I do nothing. I try not, and here's the sad thing. The only sad thing about it is your birthday is what we're told is supposed to be a special thing for you, a special day. It's supposed to be your special day. And for me, I've had to push it out of my head like that. If I think like that, I'm going to be depressed, right? My special day, I'm always watching the kids all day. I'm going to work. I'm doing, and I never tell the people at work either. I don't want to make a big deal out of it, or them to make a big deal out of it either. But, I don't want to think about, well, do I have to do something special for my birthday every year? Is that what it has to be? I don't want it to be like that either. But I mean, of course, when I approach 50, should I do something big then? I don't know. You feel like you have to, but do you have to? And why does it have to be then? Why couldn't it be next year, the year before that, the year after that? I don't know. Birthdays are a tricky thing, like I said. But like I said, when you were younger, that's when your birthday mattered. Like, you'd remember your birthday, you'd wake up, tons of it's like a mini Christmas, except all the presents were yours to open and everyone else was jealous. You had a cake. My mom used to make a cake. She used to make a Sunday dinner for us. We used to get to pick, and she still does that for me. Well, I just remind her I want her jambalaya. So that's the good news. If all things go right, then tomorrow for Sunday, I'll be eating jambalaya, which is better than any gift I could ever get. My mom's jambalaya is the best. She never makes it but once a year for my birthday. And I want to ask for something different, but she never makes jambalaya anymore because everyone kept asking for it. So I'm stuck. That's the only way to get my jambalaya in. But there's a lot of other good things she makes too. Now, for dessert, I've asked for different cakes, some that she doesn't make anymore, some that people forgot about. Like one, everyone went nuts over it when she made it. They're like, oh, I remember. It was something like, it had angel food and almost like a whipped cream. It was I don't know, it had almond sprinkle on it. I'm not a chef or baker. I don't know what it is, but it felt like whipped cream. It was just mousse or something, like a chocolate mousse that was in between and covering the cake. And it was served cold. And everyone was eating it and going, this is great. And I thought, great, Mom's going to start making this again. And she never made that cake again. Now, the truth is, I want that cake again, but I want to do something different. So I can't deviate from the meal, but I'll deviate from the cake. Maybe a carrot cake. If you'd have told me that I'd be hankering for a carrot cake on my birthday, the worst cake I ever had on my birthday, I used to love lemons, like lemon flavor, lemonade, and I asked Mom for a lemon cake, and she was so excited to make me that lemon cake. It was the worst thing I'd ever put in my mouth. In fact, today, my mom, guaranteed, on Sundays when we go over to eat, guaranteed 1 or 2 weeks out of the month is going to be something with lemon. She loves lemon. Lemon meringue pie, lemon squares. We had lemon squares and some kind of lemon blueberry cake. And I despise lemon in my cake. In fact, this past week we had something. For the past 2 weeks before that, we had lemon squares and lemon something, lemon cake, lemon blueberry cake. No, I hate lemon, but she loves putting lemon in there. That stuff she'll make at least once a month. We're having some lemon dessert, and I just cannot stand that. I don't know why she got that idea. What happened to good old tried and true chocolate at least? But now she did make strawberry shortcake, which was really nice. But overall though, there my meals are basically the same. My birthday meal, my birthday cake's different. I don't know what my favorite birthday cake was. I'm sure I asked for Batman on a cake once. That's the other thing. You had these nice decorative cakes, but I really don't like cake unless it's like something, like my angel food cake that I had, or my birthday cake, like a carrot cake. I'd eat a carrot cake. Maybe a chocolate cake with nice, rich chocolate icing. There's not many cakes I'd want. But the funfetti cake, which every kid at every stinking birthday party has, even my kids included, I can't stand that. I can't. And most cakes I just can't eat. I just can't eat. You can make some good cake. I'm not a non-cake eater. I'm just saying. Also, party favors. We had party hats. I'm sure we didn't have the noisemakers because Dad was not going to have a bunch of kids blowing those annoying little horns around, and I agree with them now. But we'd wear the party hats. Remember you could go out to the drugstore and you could pick what you wanted. Like they had the napkins and the cups. You can still do that today. But for me, that was fun, right? Okay, is there Star Wars? No. How about Batman? I'm going Batman. There's no Star Wars or something. But I remember one theme was the Smurfs, and the only reason I remember that is because Mom took a picture. And everything was Smurfs. Maybe Mom decided it was going to be Smurfs, but that was the lemon cake. Even have a picture of that old lemon cake. It was a Smurf on it. And my mom did it. She decorated it and painted the Smurf. Smurf looked pretty good. Mom, this is back in the 80s. Mom had some, she works for my sister's bakery now, but she always had the talent. Fun thing is, Mom used to put the leftover cherry juice from the cherry jar, and she'd pour it into the Coke bottle and give us cherry Coke. And I didn't know that was a thing. And so when I saw it at the store, I thought they had ripped off my mom's, from Forest, Mississippi, they had ripped off my mom's secret recipe for cherry Coke and put it in a bottle. I was like, I can't believe they stole Mom's idea. I remember thinking that. Oh, what the small world we live in, right, as children. Like Chex Mix, when it came out. My mom was making Chex Mix for the years. I thought they'd ripped off her thing. My dad used to quote Bill Cosby himself. And when I finally saw the stand-up when I was older, I was like, he's stealing all Dad's jokes. Not realizing that Dad was quoting Bill Cosby this whole time to us. So very nice. Oh, and also I remember watching baseball with my dad, or watching football, and just being amazed that he knew what the ref was going to say, before he actually said it. That was football is what it was. What the ref was going to say. I say, how did Dad know? And if you know the game, you know. But back then, I didn't know. I just thought, wow, Dad is super smart. How does he know every time what the ref's going to say? Or, watch, he's going to bunt. He's going to bunt. Because Dad knew how baseball played out. So, I was like, how does Dad do that? And it was such a big mystery for me. But overall, birthday time. This is how I'm kicking off my day, I guess, with a podcast, even though I recorded this a little bit earlier. Let me know in the comments below, what do you do for your birthday? Is there a tradition you have? Is there a tradition, a thing you go eat? Is there something particular you go out to eat or you have made for you special? Do you try to go out to your favorite restaurant? Do you try to do something? Do you still get presents? Let me live vicariously through you. Do you still get presents? What is it that you do? And if you had a really fun birthday, either as a kid or even as an adult, what was that really fun day about? Maybe you're just like me and you don't really celebrate or do much for your birthday. I'd even like to know that as well. Believe me, I'm dead. I have nothing to do today. It's my birthday. Just sit around here, I guess. Watch kids all day. Now, hopefully I'll be playing some games is what I really want to do, but we'll see. Anyway, folks, that's it for now. Benjamin is, I believe, about to start his show if he hadn't started already. So he'll be back soon. Do not worry. And we'll see you next time on Saturday morning Samoflange. Happy birthday, dear Matt.